One thing I do want to say though about BetterHelp is like, why are we okay with BetterHelp now? Look at that. That Jubilee sponsor was the 17th of November. It's almost like, thing is, keep in mind, my voice has gone. I'm not educated on the BetterHelp controversy at all. I just heard that they're lebad because apparently it's like they don't give you enough time. Their workers are like very undertrained. They're therapists. It's more like a business than actually something personal. But also, well, yeah, just everyone started hating on them. And then it was like Anthony, but yeah, it's like everyone hated BetterHelp. And then Anthony Padilla from Smosh started using BetterHelp as a sponsor. And then everyone was just okay with it again.
To their audience.
Like if they approach me, I would definitely have to do a deep dive and be like, okay, what's the actual controversy here? Have they improved?
Especially when it comes to the finance space. But lately, there's been
Isn't there an irony there? Like crypto investors doing sponsors for BetterHelp? Isn't that crazy?
Particularly,
I swear, like I'm not even doing a bit, but I swear we watched a video yesterday and it was going over like the suicide rates 5 times or like 7 times higher for people that gamble.
Concerning trends seemingly picking up speed in the space. YouTubers being paid.
No, you don't get it, bro. Like crypto isn't gambling. It's like guaranteed wins, bro.
To promote risky, publicly traded stocks onto their audience. At times, without being all that upfront about it. Now, if
have you guys seen Hawk Coin? That's doing really well at the minute.
Influencers doing shady.
Have you seen the NZXT drama? Thank you, like it for the 10. It's something about selling bad PCs. I think I haven't really looked into it too much, I'll be honest.
Promotions, maybe not the most shocking thing, but what is shocking here is how much money we're seeing being thrown at creators. We're talking tens of thousands, at times hundreds of thousands of dollars to promote these stocks onto viewers.
That's about right. The 100K is big. That must have been a big channel. But yeah, that 20K to 60K range is usually what they pay most creators.
And in at least one case, a 1.25 million.
Wow, please show who that is.
$1 million campaign to push the stocks. Now, that last example did also include a newsletter, but
to be fair, a campaign though. A campaign probably means like multiple videos, not just the one. Could you imagine if that was like one Voidzilla video?
You get my point. It's a lot of money and makes it harder not to sell out every day. Even in the world of influencers, these are pretty...
This is why like everyone does a podcast, by the way, because you can put like 6 sponsors in there per episode. Thank you, Ruby, for the 27 months. Random question, but do you think you'll ever get a GamerSup sponsorship ever again? Yeah, I mean, I was looking at like buying into the company at one point. I'm definitely not against that.
Ridiculous rates. And it all raises a number of questions. Why are these companies paying so much? And are these stocks really as attractive as these YouTubers
Play the video. Shut up, poor person. He just paid $5 to be a member. Shut up.
highlight? Or is there something else going on here? Well, to try and get to the bottom of that, I decided to do what I do best. I put everything into a spreadsheet.
What is that song, by the way? Because that is the song Ludwig uses in every single YouTube short. It's some royalty-free music, right?
I went through 123 videos across over 50 different channels to gather a list of 56 different stocks.
I think the million is for Markiplier's podcast, Distractable. Just a hunch.
Oh. Thank you, bad guy. Oh, it could be. Hang on. This is what I love about you guys. Like, some of you in the chat are actually really smart. Damn, I spelled that wrong. Distractable. Do they upload still? No, they haven't uploaded in... They haven't uploaded in a year. I'm guessing you mean Spotify, maybe. Maybe they've moved to Spotify.
Promoted over the last 3 years. And I looked into...
Adorno's not playing. Some of them are playing and some of them aren't. I think they're a bit backed up at the minute. Let me try and repeat one of them.
Hey Pyro, dear old dad back again.
Hi, Dad.
I heard you said unlucky very loudly and I wanna say that you're not unlucky. You're the best son a dad could ask. Love you.
Thank you for the 10, Dad. Dude, you know what I hate so much? My dad walked in and he saw the statue that I've got, and he now thinks I have a sexual attraction to the Baron from Dune. I had to explain to him in lengthy detail that is not how the mental illness works. He just doesn't understand it.
Them gathered some key
there is a timeline out there where I was a normal son.
details, went through their filings, try and figure out what caliber of company these influencers were choosing to partner with here. And to be clear, this is not a full analysis or recommendation as to whether we should buy, sell, or short any of these stocks. And this definitely isn't a comprehensive list of all the videos on YouTube promoting different positions. I know for a fact there are more
Have you
out
seen
there.
the straight to a prison shit coin? It's worth more than the actual hawk to a coin.
The straight to a prison coin. Hang on. The straight to a... Let's have a look. There's no graph for it. You liar. There's no graph. You trolled.
I just had to stop looking at a certain point or else I'd never get this video out. But with the list of securities I did come up with, I wanted to see if there were any commonalities or themes among them that we could maybe dive into. And what I ended up finding was pretty wild.
The song that
From
was
sketchy
playing
head
in the
office
video
address-
is The Four Seasons, Winter by Antonio Vivaldi.
Oh, I'm assuming it's one of those like open, like royalty-free songs, just because of like no one actually claimed the license for it because it's that old.
to companies being
I'll
promoted
give it the 10.
while on the verge of bankruptcy, and even some companies seemingly admitting to paying for these videos and then trading off of them. It's a wild ride.
One thing that's really worrying about YouTube sponsors is like they never pay you up front. You never get paid up front. They usually pay like a quarter later or half a year later. And if they go bankrupt during then, they have no liability to pay you like at all.
But we're getting ahead of ourselves.
Dude, I'll be honest with you. I'm working with this sponsor at the minute, and I don't want to say too much because I don't want to like, I don't know how much I can say.
Pyro, have you thought about doing videos on the Dark Souls trilogy?
Nah.
I know they're difficult, but I feel like the views would be worth it, especially with the quality of Darkwood.
Thank you, Ray, for the 10. Nah, probably not. I don't know. There's nothing to say about Dark Souls. It's already been done to death. Unless I did it like a short form kind of skit video, maybe not. Maybe someday. Maybe someday. I don't know. Like, because the original's already getting nostalgic, which is pretty scary. But yeah, so this sponsor I'm working with at the minute, I can't say who they are. I've never worked with them before. And the chain, like, so we did an ad read for them, and it had like a bunch of jokes and stuff like that. And I'm not joking you when I say they wanted all the fun removed out of the sponsor. That it sucks. It's genuinely awful. It's like, you know, we had this like Chinese gong sound effect, you know, that gong, you know, that noise for like when someone got like a headshot, and then they just said remove that, that's racist, remove that. And we were like, oh my god. The thing is as well, the game itself is like, it's okay, you know, but Casetify, no, I can't say who it is. It's not Casetify, but I can't say. You will never guess. I guarantee you will never guess the sponsor. It is so specifically niche. And I don't think they've ever worked with a YouTuber before. But yeah, like they just wanted all fun removed from the sponsor. Like we made about 7 or 8 jokes throughout the video, like referencing like the original thing that it came from. And they were just like, no, cut that out. No, cut that out. We even made a joke about the Joker. Like the Mark Hamill playing the Joker with the laugh he does. And they were like, no, that's copyrighted content. You got to remove that. And it's like, bro, do you know what fun is? Jesus.
Still no member content.
Thank you, Danky, for the $50, bro. W for Danky. Thank you, bro. I will do members only. Look, Danky. I've only recently just started to stream daily again. Just give me a little bit and I'll cook something, all right?
Let's start
Just don't do the sponsor. Yeah, but I like money.
with the
I like money.
videos themselves. You can see here that
You can tell that they're a bit out of touch because they're paying like they're paying a lot more than what most YouTube sponsors would pay.
I've listed out all the videos I came across with these types of integrations. And the first thing you probably notice is we have a pretty wide range of channels.
Where is this document? Do you have it linked? Oh my god, he has it. He has it. Where's the amount?
Can we skip the hour-long analysis of a 20-minute video? I gotta go to my real job and don't want to miss the scares.
Okay, wait.
Oh, love.
Wait, we gotta find out. We gotta find out who got the most. So 1.5 mil CAD. That is McNally money. Top mineral stocks to watch. Why is it always like the most boring videos? Like it's always the most boring sounding videos that are the ones that get the biggest sponsors.
Hey guys.
You are joking. You are wait. That's got to be a scam. He got 1 point. Oh, that's 1,500. That's 1,500. Still $1,500 for 1,000 views. That's incredible. What? You got 2,000 views and you got 1,500 Canadian dollars? That's incredible. Wow. Imagine if every YouTuber got $1,000. That's $1 per view. That's not the best CPM I can imagine in my life. How electromagnetic armor vaporizes RPGs. This guy got $40,000.
Whatever happened to
For 1 million views? Wow, that's really good. That is good. Damn, I need to get in. They are massively like overpaying these people. 40k for that? It is dollars though. You gotta shave like a quarter off because when you convert it to sterling. Do highest to lowest? I don't know how to. I don't know how. Oh wait, is that right? There we go. There we go. What we got? What we got? So who got 1.25 mil? Who got that? Best royalty stock in the world. Marinkatsu. So they got $1 million off this. Look at that. Look at the returns. They're getting, look at the returns. They're getting no returns.
Who was the animator of your old outro? I scoured 200 vintage slop videos and I couldn't find a single credit. Also, Jesus Christ, these vids aged like fine milk. Also, ever consider making a video on Breaking Bad?
Maybe. Who did my old outro? That was Sticky Hunter. She's very talented. 1.25. Okay. Look at their returns are awful, by the way. I bet you it's the people it's the ones that aren't disclosed. 47,000. They got 27% return rate. Jesus. All right, this got 1.5 mil. 100,000 views. That is the most inside Andy I've seen in my life. Surely this is a series, right? Surely this is a series. What? That's not. This can't be accurate, right? This can't be right. This can't be right. You got 1.25 for that? Nah. Nah, that can't be right. $100,000. And that was how Pakistan's oil discovery could change global markets. How many views did it get?
Pakistan's
700,000.
horizon is on the verge of
700,000 and you got $100,000. That's crazy. I'll be honest. What most sponsors do is they try to get you to sign into a CPM deal. So what sponsors do is they reach out to you and they say, okay, so what we're going to do is to like make sure that you want your video to do well and to make sure that we get a return. What we're actually going to do is we're going to pay you out based on how well your video does. So we'll pay you a minimum fee, which is always garbage. And then if you hit this goal, we'll give you the full payout. And the goal is always ridiculous. So for 100K, this video would have to get like 5 million views to the average sponsor. If it was a CPM rate, they would want 5 million views. And then they set you a time limit. They give you like 30 days to hit 5 million views, which is just impossible. I mean, even Darkwood. Now, Darkwood's on... What's Darkwood on? I mean, Darkwood wasn't sponsored. Yeah, it's on 4.7. Like, it's 2 months as well. Like it still hasn't actually... Still hasn't even hit 5. But yeah, yeah, that's crazy. I forget, like, how much finance YouTube just pays out. It's so boring, but it actually pays out so well. It's genuinely like watching, like, Indian cricket or something. It's the most uninteresting aspect of the internet imaginable.
Channels and content here. Some of the videos are just paid interviews with executives of the company, so definitely a more tame type of promotion, more in line with how companies have traditionally tried.
But could you imagine being paid that much to do like a podcast with a guy? Jesus.
My favorite lesbian femboy twink brapper slopper. I'm sorry about not sending the 5,000. I'm a little short right now. I promise to send it in 5 years. Expect you to rewatch the JCS video then.
Thank you, MBE, for
Can
the
you
11.
Stand up and give us a little spin?
Can you stand up and give us a little spin? $500 and I do it. $500. I'm not doing it for anything less. $500 and I do a spin. What was this? Thank you, Jem, for the $20.
Can we skip the hour-long analysis of a 20-minute video? I gotta go to my real job and don't want to miss the scares. Oh, love.
Thank you, Jem, for the 20. We will get to the horror game soon, I promise, I promise.
Advertising their stocks. Others are your typical video with a sponsored segment or fully dedicated deep dives where the YouTuber...
As an Indian cricket is boring AF. No, genuinely, I've just said it's like, you know, you get the commentator like, wow, he just hit the ball and it went to the other side of the field. Wow, great game, great game.
Highlights the company as an attractive investment, some even ending on the note that they've invested themselves.
And once you hear the story, you're gonna know why I just bought a good chunk of it myself.
And a number of channels are interestingly right-wing political channels or other sort of conspiracy-focused videos that talk about corruption, power, and influence.
This is why the deep state cabal is so worried about President
How is it racist? Have you seen Indian cricket commentary? I didn't even do an accent or anything. It genuinely is so boring to watch.
Trump because they know they can't control him.
Which does seem like a good fit. You know, they're experts on the topic, makes these integrations a match made in heaven. Now, I also have listed here the amount of money that these creators were paid for these videos. And the reason we know this amount is thanks to a nifty securities law known as the Anti-Touting Statute, or Section 17B of the Securities Act of 1933 in the US, which requires that anyone who is paid to promote a security disclose how much they were paid and who's behind the payment, among other details. Something that, while not regulated at the federal level in Canada, we do have similar expectations at the provincial level, namely in BC, where similar laws have actually been put in place. And again, we have some pretty hefty payments here, ranging from $500 for smaller channels to pretty commonly tens of thousands of dollars.
I can't get over that. I can't get it. Right, let's go back. Let's go back. I'm going to start renting now. Okay. Who's the most subs?
When the video titled Inflation Bomb popped up, you can see Pyro's eyes light up like a kid in a candy store.
Shut up.
Or in this case, a Build-A-Bear shop.
60,000. What was the most ridiculous sponsor again?
Pyro, do you drink beer? If you do, I would send you some Belgian beers. You could even make a slop video about it.
1.25 mil. Do I drink beer? I prefer other alcohol, but beer... I only really drink beer when it's like off an actual tap. I mean, to be fair, there's some good beer in when I went to a certain country, there was some good beer there. Like that I saw this one beer and I think it was called like Double Bastard or something, and it was like a 20% dark beer in like a liter glass bottle. They really got paid 1.2
Fuck's
mil.
sake, mate, put that forehead away. The surface area is reflecting so much light it's like a flashbang went off in my room.
Bold! Yeah, if any of you want to send me stuff, by the way, I do have a PO box in the description that you can send. Dude, he did a 25-minute call that has 100,000 views and he got $1 million.
Get £2 million, which you've already secured in this market. Well,
Easiest money to be made in his life. Oh, holy.
And in a few cases, even more. Now, companies advertising their stock isn't inherently anything new, but a number of these videos are pretty shady with how they go about telling you that they were paid, with some disclosures being incomplete.
Furthermore, this video may or may not have been sponsored.
And
My
others
GF wants
never
to peg
mentioning
me,
in
help
the video
Pyrocynical.
itself that they were paid.
What?
I suffer from depression and very isolate from people. On your last stream you talk about how the times we live in it's easier to go out and talk to people even if it's on Discord. This inspired me to do exactly that and better myself. I appreciate you.
That's good to hear, Mug. Really happy for you, man. Yeah, it's just reaching out and talking to people, you know. That's
My GF wants to peg me, help Pyrocynical.
You see, like you get like an actual genuine dono, and then someone following up saying, "I want to get pegged." $50 for that, by the way. Thank you, Yokai, for the $50. Thank you.
Paid to talk about the stock. Only
Open source on OBS and tell me where it goes.
including a disclaimer in their description. So while I want to be clear that some videos were very upfront about the arrangement, a good chunk of creators seemingly try to present the stock as though it were their own genuine or honest idea. And while virtually every channel highlights that this is not financial advice and these are risky positions, the message is pretty obvious, right? And sure, not every video here has a discernible impact on the stock's price, but a number of the larger channels do seem to move the needle from time to time.
I reached out to them to sponsor this video because of what Trump is planning.
They're listed on the NASDAQ under the ticker symbol PO.
Have you seen how much Bitcoin's worth, by the way, boys? It is worth like nearly £100,000 now. I think it's went over $100K.
OET.
Ticker symbol on your screen. Now, I asked them to sponsor today's video.
Let me break down 5 reasons why I think this company has enormous potential.
I reached out to them because of what Trump said the other night, and I asked them to sponsor today's video.
Yeah, it's a pretty notable correlation, we'll call it. With there being no other notable press releases or updates for these companies that would otherwise explain these jumps. What's also pretty sketchy
Pyro,
here is
can
the
you
seeming
rub the belly of your
coordination
fat
across
statue
different
like it's a genie's magical lamp for good luck's fortune?
I'm not doing that. Thank you, Skull, for the 10.
channels for the sponsorships. Well, it's not uncommon for companies to carry out these kind of marketing campaigns in these types of bursts. For any given stock, we do often see YouTubers posting their sponsored videos all around the same date or two. Almost as if those paying for these videos are trying to have the biggest impact on the stock's price by kind of concentrating the buzz around it. So yeah, it's all pretty shady, but let's take some time to get to know the companies that these YouTubers claim have attractive investment opportunities for their viewers. You can see here that I listed out all the publicly traded stocks that I came across who are running these types of sponsorship campaigns on YouTube. And as a quick aside, it is worth noting that the companies who are having their stocks promoted here aren't themselves directly paying YouTubers. Instead, they're usually hiring a third-party investor relations or marketing company who themselves are going out and paying these creators. So it is unclear how involved the companies themselves are with these marketing decisions, but regardless, they're the ones who are ultimately behind the payments. And when you look across the list, the first thing you probably notice is the sector these companies all seem to operate in. While we do have a handful of IT or healthcare companies, the majority of firms are resource plays of some sort, whether it be uranium, gold, oil, or some other mining operation.
Where's the Dogecoin?
Which is a pretty complicated area to
Where
invest
is the
in.
Dogecoin?
It's incredibly capital intensive. It requires a lot of industry expertise to properly analyze and compare companies. And so much of your success just depends on what the fluctuating commodity price is. So pretty risky area to be pushing onto retail investors. The second notable point is that a lot of these businesses are tiny, which in a way makes sense. You wouldn't expect Apple, for example, to pay YouTubers to promote their stock, because at their size, it would take a lot of buying activity to move the price. So a YouTube sponsorship isn't likely going to have any impact. But when I say tiny, I mean the median market cap for these companies is 16.6 million US dollars, meaning most of these stocks are classified as nano cap stocks. You know that prefix we use when we talk about measuring atoms and other tiny things? That's...
Imagine saying 16 million is not a lot. That is terrifying to think how big market caps go to.
the size of these companies. A handful of these companies even have market caps of just over $1 million, which is like having a publicly traded company for a single McDonald's location. It's crazy. But the craziest similarity we see here is that the majority of these stocks, 40 of the 56 in fact, are all based in the same country as yours truly.
Hamburger.
Canada.
Oh.
Even the stocks that you'd otherwise expect to be American, like American Airs or Alaska Energy Metals. A slip up that even some of the YouTubers make.
An American company that has one of the best setups I've ever seen.
Okay. He shills a product and he gets it wrong and they allow that? Bro, I added in an Asian gong sound in my video and they asked me to take down the entire ad read and do it again. Are you serious?
Now, given that Canada...
I don't think I've ever done an ad read in my life where I haven't had to make 25 changes.
...is a big resource play. Maybe that makes a bit of sense, but it is weird, right? Most of these YouTubers are American, so it's strange that they're promoting stocks for their northern neighbor. But believe me when I say, that's where the sketchiness starts. 30 of the 56 companies on this list are actually all based in Vancouver. In fact, pretty close to one another. And a handful even have the same head office address and, in a few cases, even similar directors and managers.
What?
Now, I'm sure the room's ringing with alarm bells now, but I do want to clarify a couple things because I know what you're thinking. Vancouver, a city with a reputation for money laundering that even has a scheme named after it, sketchy head office details and directors, it's all starting to sound like a scheme. But to be clear, we don't have any evidence from the outside here of fraud. These do appear to be genuine ventures based on what's reported. What this is evidence of, however, is how tiny and undeveloped these companies really are. You see, the majority of the head office addresses listed for these companies actually belong to law firms and consultancies who help companies go public, and in some cases assist with the administration and governance processes of these companies. Now, as for why Vancouver, it does happen to be a global finance hub, but it also gives these companies access to the Canadian Securities Exchange and the TSX Venture, both of which have much lower listing requirements than many other US exchanges. And we do see the assets and operations for these companies diversified geographically. Some are based in Canada, others have assets in other places. So what seems to be happening here is these companies are opting to list in Canada, using these firms to essentially outsource a chunk of their corporate responsibilities, and then using Canada's close ties to the United States to ultimately market their shares to American investors, either with their TSX Venture listed shares or US dollar over-the-counter offerings, which is all seemingly legal. It's just wild, especially again, given the close proximity of all these companies. It really feels like a public listing stock factory operation. But you know what? I'm gathering that we're getting some trust issues with these companies, and we really haven't given them a chance here yet. So what sort of businesses do we have here? What are they operating like, and what sort of financial growth opportunities can we have by investing in them? Well, I can't really say. Not because I didn't look into these firms and try to figure out what their finances looked like, but just...
Yeah, I'm not watching this video. I got baited. I thought this was a video going over like YouTube sponsors and how they could be a bit shady, and then I got baited. Yeah, I'm not. Yep. I got baited. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna sit there and watch 20 minutes more of a video and pretend to know what's going on. I got baited real hard. I genuinely thought that was a video looking into like BetterHelp and YouTube sponsors and how they can be a little bit shady, but then it just went into the business finance side and it got very boring. So yeah. It looks like a good video, very well researched, but yeah, that's not my thing.